Welcome to Horror Tales, where every shadow tells a story and every story brings you closer to the dark. Tonight's tale is about mirrors, not the ones you use to fix your hair, but the ones that remember you, even after you walk away. Turn off the lights. Turn up the volume. This is The Reflection. They say mirrors don't lie, but sometimes they remember things we've forgotten. Sarah moved into apartment 4C in early November. The building was old but charming. High ceilings, hardwood floors, vintage moldings. She loved the character, the history. It felt like a fresh start. The place came furnished, mismatched furniture, faded curtains, and one thing she hadn't asked for, a tall antique mirror in the bedroom. The frame was dark wood, etched with spirals and flowers, the kind of thing you might find at an estate sale. The glass was old, slightly warped, edges dimmed with silver decay. The mirror was bolted to the wall, and when she tried to move it, it wouldn't budge, not even an inch. It was fine. She barely noticed it the first few days, until she did. It started small. When she'd walk past, she'd feel like her reflection lagged behind by a second. When she blinked, it blinked just a little too late. When she turned away, sometimes it didn't move at all. She laughed it off. Old mirrors distort light. That's all. Right. But the unease grew. At night, she'd catch it from the corner of her eye. The reflection still watching. One evening, she stared directly at it for several minutes, waiting to catch it lagging. Nothing. The moment she turned away, a chill ran down her back. She spun around. The reflection had already turned. She started having dreams. In the dreams, she stood in front of the mirror, but her reflection wasn't there. Something else was. It stood tall, unnaturally tall, pale with black eyes that swallowed the light. Its smile stretched impossibly wide. She would wake gasping, heart pounding, sweat cold on her back. The mirror loomed at the foot of the bed like a silent predator. One morning she noticed something new, a smudge, a fingerprint, on the inside of the glass. She cleaned the surface obsessively, but the print remained. She pressed her own finger against it. It didn't match. That night, she threw a sheet over the mirror. The room felt lighter, safer. She woke at 3:12 a.m. to a soft noise, like fabric brushing the floor. The sheet had fallen, or been pulled off. She started documenting everything. She set up her phone to record the mirror overnight. The next morning, she reviewed the footage. The reflection sat up in bed at 3:12 a.m. But Sarah didn't. Her real body remained still. The reflection turned its head, slowly, then smiled. The reflection stood and walked toward the edge of the mirror, but never emerged from the bed. Sarah screamed and dropped the phone. She didn't sleep that night. She left every light on. The next day, she tried smashing the mirror with a hammer. It didn't crack. Instead, the glass rippled like water. She ran. She stayed with a friend for a few days. Her friend was kind, but skeptical. "It's just stress," they said. "You're projecting." But one night, the friend woke up to find Sarah standing motionless in the hallway, eyes wide, not blinking, smiling. She called her name.
Sarah.
No response. Then Sarah blinked and collapsed like a marionette whose strings had been cut. She didn't remember anything. Sarah moved again. New city, new job. No mirrors in the bedroom this time. Still, she felt watched. At night, she'd catch glimpses in darkened windows. Her reflection would smile when she wasn't, tilt its head when hers stayed still, blink out of sync. A week later, she came home to a package at her door. No name, no return address. Inside, a note. "Every mirror remembers you." And beneath it, a mirror, wrapped in black velvet, old, heavy. She left it in the hallway. But the next morning it was inside, propped against the wall across from her bed. She covered it, nailed it down, placed a heavy dresser in front of it. At 3:12 a.m., the lights flickered. She woke up to find the mirror uncovered again, the dresser unmoved, and her reflection smiling. She tried smashing it again, this time with a metal pipe. It worked. The glass shattered inwards. The shards didn't fall out. They fell in, sucked into the darkness behind it like water down a drain. Then silence. Just silence. She thought it was over. For 3 days, everything felt normal. Then she received an email from a stranger. Subject line, "She came through." Attached, a blurry photo. It showed her standing in someone else's hallway, but she hadn't been there, ever. Her clothes were different, her face slightly off. The sender never replied. Later that night, Sarah checked her closet for towels. At the back, where the drywall met the floor, there was a sliver of mirror embedded deep in the wood. She covered it with tape and paint. The next day, it was clean again, exposed, reflecting. She stopped going out, covered every reflective surface in her home, screens, phones, glass, metal. She turned off her front-facing camera permanently, but reflections always found her. The back of a spoon, a puddle in the street, a car window, always smiling, always watching. Then she stopped seeing her reflection altogether. It wouldn't appear anymore. Instead, the mirrors showed empty rooms, or strangers behind her, or sometimes the reflection moved toward the glass, pressed its hands against it, its mouth opened, but no sound came out. Until the last time, it whispered something.
"Let me in."
She doesn't answer the door anymore, doesn't look into puddles or windows, doesn't go out during the day. She lives in a house with no mirrors, no screens, no glass, only candlelight. But late at night, when the flame flickers, she swears she can still see a smile in the shadows.
You're on the wrong side now.
Not every reflection tells the truth. Some of them lie, and some are just waiting to take your place. And that is where the story ends, or at least that's what they want you to believe. If you enjoyed tonight's tale, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us again next Tuesday for another story that may just keep you up at night.